never really liked Brussels
You know,
sprouts.
the other thing about Brussels sprouts is just that.
Did you know there's BPA?
Yup! Oh, look at that dinosaur. That's called modern technology, where Quest Diagnostics used to be. They're building a 50-unit high-rise right there, across the street from right here at CCTV. That's where we are, CCTV. And the name of this show is... yeah, it's all of that. BrotherRA.com. Call your friends, a brother, sister, let others in lockdown know. The show that keeps you in the know is right here on BrotherRA.com. And let's go ahead and enter the palatial suite. Ba-ba-da-da, you're up there, I see you. And let's bring it all into here. Let me make this statement. I'm struggling. Yeah, I'm struggling. I actually should I be on that? No. Okay, so I'm struggling. And I'm struggling in my ways to present media effectively. And as Father Nature, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over and over again and again. So as a media professional, I will be replaying past programming. I want to make sure that's that camera right there. Okay, I'll be replaying past programming. I've been on the air or in the cloud since 1988. Started as a DJ mixing slow jams from recorded albums. Remember what an album is? I showed you all what cassette tapes were, but, you know, following in the footsteps of PJ Porter and Mellow Madness and the smooth jams. Yeah, I wasn't sure what the hell to do with my life, but boom. And what's that brother's name out in Detroit that be playing the smooth jams? I'm gonna send him an email. Hopefully he gonna be able to learn a little something about a brother RA and pump a brother up. I gotta send him an email because he getting hits all around the world and whatnot. But maybe my content, I'm not getting as light as a feather. You know, because the issues just be, Well, I have, well, let's just remember Brother Muhammad. I went to his services, and yeah, Brother Muhammad. Abbas Sabur was born March 12, 1947 in Washington, D.C. He graduated from both MIT and Harvard with a master's in architecture and urban planning and design, respectively. He passed away on November 13th in Weymouth, Massachusetts, after a successful life devoted to painting, philosophy, public service, urban design, architecture, and practiced Tai Chi with Brother RA under Master Heej at the Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. So, wish to pay homage. He leaves 7 children, 6 grandchildren, and yeah, March 12, 1947, to November 13th, 2018, and the services were at the Mason Temple, the Grand Lodge Mason Temple, downtown. Difficult, because that Masonic temple, I have a tour of that Masonic temple, and it's not too far from the hanging tree in the Boston Common. And there's a note, I don't have much time, but there's a note in some of the stuff that you read, the hanging tree and blah, blah, blah. But let's move on. Time is not my friend. I watched this DVD, Earth Flight. Dealing with the birds, dealing with nature was rather interesting. Let's go on to the calendar. Y'all got to see this? I want to make sure I put that up there right. Y'all see baton and a gun to file the women. Black women arrested during the Detroit uprising board bus in Wayne County on July 28, 1967. It's 2018. And what's today's date? Today is the 12th. But yesterday, let's read, in 1917, 13 black soldiers were executed after local police beat and shoot black troops stationed in Houston, Texas, prompting 156 soldiers to revolt. In all, 16 were hanged and 50 were sentenced to life in prison. Tomorrow, in 1918, United States government declares Indian SIKH, silk man born in Punjab, ineligible for U.S. citizenship because he's not a free white man, and the U.S. Supreme Court later affirms in U.S. versus Thind, Thind. All right, let's just move on. Put that information out there. And yes, this is brotherra.com. And as I show you this, some women took offense to these particular images. This is what they considered a Ghetto Barbie. A Ghetto Barbie. And they claimed that these were pictures of nudity. And they took offense to that. Now, let's see if I can go ahead and get to what, let's say, would someone be offended if this image was left on the screen? I'm just saying, where is the headset of black folks? And I'm just going to go ahead and shut up and go ahead and play the audio clips. Let you look at that for a minute. And my audio clips, here, you all don't need to see that. Here, let's just go ahead into the audio clips. And those are right here. I have an interview with Nina did this particular interview with Dr. Richard King, and she'll explain it. And I'm going to go into meditation. That's why I have this here. but
bring them together in a discussion that is collective. So let me first start with you, Dr. King, and welcome you to Say It Loud. We're very pleased to have you with us today. And please explain the title of your book, Melanin, A Key to Freedom. What do you mean when you say that?
But the concept of melanin, key to freedom, is that this notion, or this reality called melanin, which is the name for the biological pigment, or a chemical, if you will, that gives color to skin. It is, on a deeper look, it is a fundamental key to freeing our people from a state of mental slavery and this false belief, a result of propaganda, miseducation, that black, which have been falsely led to believe a statement of inferiority coming from a culture of low antiquity, and it's a statement of just being a slave or a lower person, something that's dirty and unclean, is totally and absolutely false. That in fact, if one listens to melanin at a deeper level, one can clearly see that melanin leads to just the reverse, to very high levels of attainment, to genius levels of expressions. And it is a fundamental organizing factor in biological systems, and particularly the human system, but all animal systems, and then in its cousins, in the life world, chlorophyll in the plant kingdom. And even on a deeper look, this gives me even more deep, that melanin is not just a local planetary phenomenon on planet Earth. That there are complex organic molecules that form the root of melanin, that are formed from in the interstellar gas clouds that pervade the interstellar regions of our Milky Way galaxy. And then the melanation of the interstellar gas clouds is a common phenomenon in main star sequence formation throughout the cosmos and most galaxies. So it is a universal factor in that sense. And if we look at melanin a little bit deeper, find, just taking the human example, for example, find melanin is present in the mother's egg, and it's formed as spermatozoa, and those two unite and form the glorious human embryo. And that's the fertilized zygote in the mother's fallopian tubes. And after it passes into the mother's uterus and anchors in the wall of the mother's uterus in the first 3 days following fertilization, and the first two hormones that are produced are MSH, or melanocyte stimulating hormone, and a human gonadotroph, HCG. And so melanin is present in the outer layer of that early ball of cells. And it is what's called the mulberry. So this is true of all animals that have a backbone that go through this melanin sequence. And that outer ectodermal layer invaginates, it forms the spinal cord and brain. And again, it has melanophores, an outer layer. And those later invaginate and actually direct the growth and movement of other cell types to other parts of the body in the formation of the human fetus. We find that melanin is present not just in skin, it's present in brain, it's present in the iris, it's present in the retina. As a matter of fact, a person could not even see if you did not have melanin, the so-called pigmented layer of the retinal epithelium. That person would be blind. We find that melanin is present also in certain white blood cells, people with high melanin content. We find melanin present in the liver, in the lungs, and especially in the gastrointestinal tract. So it is a very, very important, shall we say, biological door, if you will. And most importantly, melanin was studied intensely by ancient Canaanites or ancient Egyptians prior to the advent of the so-called Western world. So this rediscovery of melanin in the past 100 years, in particular in the last, during the time of Western medicine, in the past, if you will, past 10 or 15 years, is indeed a rediscovery. So that if a person says, I'm not black, that's a dumb thing. It's an ignorant thing to say. If you are human, you are indeed black. You may have lost awareness of your African origins, but your black is indeed more than skin deep. It's in the root. So people call themselves European, or I like their first name, European African, speaks of the most recent domicile, actually indeed have this melanin story throughout their biological systems, and so that though they may lack or have varying degrees of melanin in skin, that melanin is present throughout the brain, throughout the blood, and gastrointestinal tract, kidney, liver. So it's a widespread phenomenon. So again, this notion that melanin is a key to freedom. On one level, it's a key to break the chains of mental slavery, but also in another sense, it helps us to look at what are the organized effects of biological systems, and it helps us it brings us right face to face with freedom to look on the other side of that black veil. A veil that requires more than physical vision to be able to see and walk through. A veil that requires more than a corrupt heart to walk through. A veil that requires what we call inner vision, or a spiritual vision to be able to see into the higher realms. And looking in that kind of realm, we find that there is a whole other vast universe that is functioning quite well, but it does require a person to step up spiritually and morally to be able to entertain it.
Now, you just dropped a bomb on us, Dr. King. I mean, you just gave us a tremendous amount of information in a very short period of time. I think probably the key point that I want to focus on here is having a respect for this hormone called melanin, this polymer called melanin, and that it has been disrespected in the form of dark pigmented people or darker Africans for the past 500 years and for economic exploitation purposes. And what you mentioned, the mental enslavement of darker hued people for the purposes of economic gain. Yes, economic thievery. That it's important to go back, as you were saying earlier, to look at Europeans as lighter complected Africans.
Just a personal colonization.
Okay, all right. And I want you to focus on that a little bit. Talk about that evolutionary process of going from a dark complected African to a lighter complected African.
Sure. And I'm certain Dr. Miles is going to tie into this one in his excellent session batteries that he talks about vitamin D, which is a very key issue. And this issue of vitamin D being incorporated in milk and what all the games being played around vitamin D. And they're different. And I certainly want to respect Professor Duval's approach in terms of the role of interbreeding and how that produces, a light skin type quite often.
Yes.
But basically, for you folks who live out in Boston, and for those folks who migrated from the south up to the Boston region, you may have noticed that as you left down home and came up north, that during those cold winter months, your skin became a little bit lighter hue. And if you ever traveled back home, back to Georgia, or in my case, Louisiana, and that being back down where it was a darker, a more penetrating sunlight, that the skin, of course, became a little bit darker shaded too. And this speaks to the exposure of sunlight or heat to the external skin. But in the case of the Ice Age, there's another greater parallel that when there were periodic ice ages in the past 5 million years, and Africans kept very exact star records to count time, but also to measure these so-called Ice Age minor, that there were great ice ages and then there were minor ice ages, as they would plot their migrations from the Nile Valley to the other continents. And please do consider that Africans were aware of the other continents and did, by land travel and much later sea travel, migrate. And it was noticed that they paid particular attention to trying to avoid being there at a certain time in which the North Pole stars were in a certain alignment, which would predict the onset of another minor ice age, if you will. And it was a report that came out, this is in Margaret Leighton's ancient Egyptian literature, and speaking about a 9th dynasty pharaoh who made this very famous quote. He says, "Oh, there go those lowly Asiatics." Again, he speaks about people who left Africa and went east into what was called Asia, or left what was called Cape Island, better name, and went east, of course, their name is Asia. And they come from the high mountain regions. They're always hungry, and they're always fighting. So this notion that people who had been trapped in these high mountain regions had a shift in consciousness, and after going through a period of economic and physical deprivation, that is, being trapped behind a glacier for thousands of years, and having to live on a land in which you could not grow food because the ground was frozen solid, and having to shift from a agrarian kind of format to a nomadic lifestyle, having to chase the herd of whatever food you might catch that was a minority animal food, did bring, this is for Dr. Miles, I'm going to speak more on this, a change in dietary habits and a change in physiological dietary habits related to them, but also a change in skin color. With the lack of exposure to sunlight, you have to wear a lot of animal furs to kind of cover the skin up. Now, the people who had darker skin could not make enough vitamin D. Vitamin D is a hormone. It is made in the dermal layers as blood passes through, and the sunlight comes through the upper levels of skin, and it actually photons from light actually make active the inactive forms of vitamin D to an active form, and vitamin D can then, as passed through the intestines, actually pull calcium out of the intestinal tract across the wall of the intestines into the blood flow. And without an active form of vitamin D, one could drink loads of calcium, there would be minimal absorption, and a person would be left with very low vitamin D, very low calcium levels. So it was found that when we look at skeletons from at the very onset of the Ice Age that were found in the European regions in northern Eurasia, that they did have high levels of rickets. Rickets is a condition that has very soft bones, bow legs, if you will, and multiple bone fractures or knobby rib insertions along the sternum or the breastplate. And there were people who had very low levels of calcium, had multiple bone defects, or liable to have easy bone fractures, and probably didn't last until their full adulthood and began to die off quickly. So that so the darker skinned kids, both male and female, who were being exposed to low sunlight at the onset of the Ice Age, probably died in their early childbearing age or before they ever had kids. And this would leave their progressive lighter skin tone kids to carry on. And we looked at skeletons that are furthest Ice Age rickets, it becomes less known. Again, vitamin D can also be changed for fish oils. So those people who live like Eskimos who depend upon fish, they can get vitamin D. But those who live in the hinterlands of Eurasia did not have that kind of access.
So just quickly before I bring Dr. Mills in, just if you could give me bullet points quickly about what other things affect the loss of melanin.
The loss of melanin, I think, is multiple. One, we were making reference to the change in lifestyle, changing from an agrarian lifestyle to a nomadic meat-based lifestyle. But another very important part for me to speak about is that as the skin became lighter, there was a profound change in its effect upon a very, very important gland called the pineal gland. The pineal gland is what Africans refer to in many of their ancient textbooks, pyramid texts, coffin texts, but were coming forth by day, named in Book of the Dead, as the Eye of Haru. It was this gland that released larger amounts of a hormone known as melatonin, M-E-L-A-T-O-N-I-N, and people who were fully melanated.
Okay.
And people who lack large amounts of melanin in their skin, they tend to have, and this is a very important point, calcification of the pineal gland. The pineal gland becomes calcified, has large amounts of calcium that accumulates in it. It doesn't mean the pineal gland is inactive, but it does put out reduced amounts of pineal hormone. So the pineal hormone release in an African person or a non-calcified person is usually twice the amount of those who have a calcified pineal.
Okay.
So with the decrease in pineal melatonin, of course, as other parts, serotonin is made during day, melatonin is made during night, that there was a drop, a diminution or a drop in mental awareness from the full-fledged African spirituality concept down to a material-based mentality.
Okay, I'm going to have to pause you right here because we've got to take a break.
Sure.
And when we come back, we will continue with Dr. Richard King. We'll also introduce Dr. Milton Mills with this fascinating discussion about melanin and African people. Say It Loud. I'm your host, Nina La Negra. We were talking before the break with Dr. Richard King, the author of Melanin, A Key to Freedom, also African Origin of Biological Psychiatry. We also have on the phone with us Dr. Milton Mills, a medical doctor, talking about biased food guidelines that ignore African Americans. Dr. Mills, before the break, we were talking with Dr. King about melanin, and it's the key to melanin, how just understanding it as a polymer in the human body, how it affects people. You're taking, on this Health Thursday that we have here on Say It Loud, you're taking a slightly different approach, looking at the...
I can barely hear you.
You're taking a slightly different approach, looking at African Americans and the dietary guidelines that are mandated or set forward by the United States dietary guidelines, and suggesting that dairy is a product that creates problems for African Americans.
Well, let's see, how do I start? Actually, when you look worldwide, the majority of the world's peoples do not retain the ability to digest lactose once they leave childhood. And that's something that's common throughout the world. It is only in Europe, particularly the northern European countries, where you find a significant persistence of the lactase enzyme throughout adulthood. Let me also hasten to add that in some East African people, such as the Maasai, who are traditionally herders and whose traditional food consists of blood and cow's milk, they also retain the ability to digest lactose and therefore can eat dairy products without a problem. But by and large, the majority of the world's peoples do lose the lactase enzyme after they become adults. And this is particularly true for African Americans, since the genetic pool from which we were drawn was primarily West Africa.
Okay, and so in taking a look at this loss of lactase enzyme in adult humans.
Again, you're fading, I'm sorry.
And taking a look at this loss of the lactase enzyme in African descent humans, right? How then are we impacted by the dietary guidelines of the United States?
Well, it's to better understand the issues that one confronts when looking at dietary guidelines, a little history would be helpful. And I think what is important for people to understand is that the committee that comes up with these dietary guidelines comes from two different departments in the executive branch. One is the Department of Agriculture, USDA. The other is the Department of Health and Human Services. Now, the problem with that is that the congressional mandate to the USDA is that they find markets for the output of American agribusiness. That is, that they are expressly mandated to help sell the stuff that American farmers produce. Whereas HHS is set up to promote kind of the general health of the American public. Well, clearly that can set up a potential conflict of interest, one that's realized when it comes to the dietary guidelines, because a significant amount of what is produced by the U.S. farmers consists of dairy foods and other animal products such as beef, pork, poultry, etc. Well, when you step back and look at the original diets consumed by, say, West Africans, Asians, and New World Hispanics, as well as Native Americans, what you see is that these are diets that are very, very different from traditional European diets. That is, the various groups that I just mentioned, their traditional diets typically are plant-based diets that are very low in fat, contain no dairy, and also contain very little meat. And so what happens is and in the migrant studies with Asian populations have shown this very clearly, that as these groups adopt a more Western European style diet, their incidence of chronic diseases such as heart disease, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, stroke, etc., obesity tend to
not to skyrocket and eventually supersede that of the white population. And so what we argue in the study that we published is that the U.S. dietary guidelines, as they now construed, promote disproportionate amounts of disease amongst the various minority groups in this country. And that is true, has been borne out by every major health survey that's been done over the last 30 years. Furthermore, the government has known for quite some time that, again, about 70% of African Americans, 73% of Native Americans, 95% of Asians, and 53% of Hispanics cannot tolerate lactose, yet they continue to recommend the consumption of 3 to 4 servings of dairy foods a day. Now, you contrast that with the fact that 85% of white people can digest dairy foods with no problem, and what you see is that we have guidelines that are really set up for white people. And in a recent article published in the Boston Globe, a spokeswoman for the USDA, Ms. Eileen Kennedy, when confronted with these statistics, her response was, well, the dietary guidelines are meant for the majority of Americans, not for all Americans. Well, not only is that a lie, but it is a slap in the face to every minority person in this country, because in essence, what she's telling us is that, you know, we can go you know where, and I think that's entirely inappropriate, to say the least.
Now, are you claiming from the study that was, are you claiming
I
from,
think our connection's a little bad.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Are you claiming from the study that you published that the disproportionate amount of...
Okay. We will go ahead and continue with the next clip, as long as I can bring that up. Let's get to that right away. And let's see. That's my whole problem. I worry about the transitions between segments. Okay, so let's move from that conversation to this conversation. It's 30 minutes into the show. And this is Dr. Muata Ashby, conversation with him that I had as I was showing you the Ghetto Barbie images, and would someone have taken offense to the white Barbies left on the computer screen versus the black Barbies? But let's get into the conversation. That was a 20-minute segment or so in Dr. Ashby. This is about 23 minutes. So let's get into Dr. Ashby's conversation.
So let me ask this question, and remember, Dr. Ashby, we are in the intellectual mecca of the world where biotechnology is number one, and we have right here in 6.4 square miles of the city of Cambridge, 76 biotechnology corporations, and within the state of Massachusetts, there are 350 biotechnical organizations, and these are scientists, I'm sure, that have calcified pineal glands. Now, if your gland, okay, first and foremost, what's the benefit of having an active pineal gland for both melanin recessive and melanin dominant people? Let me ask that first.
Well, the main benefit is that it gives you the capacity, you see. It doesn't automatically give you insight into higher consciousness. It gives you the capacity to acquire higher consciousness. It's like you have an antenna or have the capacity to turn the radio and get radio stations. Don't have an antenna or your antenna's broken off, you're not going to have such a good capacity to tune in to something higher. So therefore you have people meat and potato diet who will swear that there's nothing more to the world, when you die, that's it, and there's nothing else beyond that. Because they don't have even an inkling as to sensitivity to anything beyond the physical world. But on the other hand, there are also people who are the same kind of diet who go to
this, Dr. Ashby. You deep. I like that. So if you're on the same diet, whether you are in the biotechnological field or whether you go to church, if you eating meat and potatoes, you are still defunct.
Spiritually defunct.
Are going to have an extreme. See, there's a teaching in the Temple of Set, the Temple of Isis, which talks about how the priestesses, they would work to avoid fatness. And fatness comes from, of course, the toxins, as we said before. Also, it comes from gluttony, from overindulgence in the world. And people are compensating. We know this. When you're feeling depressed or kind of thing, you start going towards the fridge out of necessity, out of habit, and so on and so forth. This leads to this fatness. When your body is fat, your physical body is fat, it drags you down to the earth. And earthly consciousness is more of what you're aware of. Your mind can also become fat also by being egoistic, by asserting worldly ideas, worldly concepts, and worldly thoughts. And these do not come just from the Hollywood and television. Much of it is supported by the churches, by synagogues, by mosques, and so on and so forth. The concept of higher consciousness is predicated upon your ability to raise yourself to higher levels of planes of existence. And if you are worldly in your lifestyle, worldly in your practice, habits, and so on and so forth, that is going to prevent you from being able to have insight into higher consciousness, higher experience. And of course, what we're talking about is actually experiencing and discovering divinity, or the divine within yourself, God, the goddess, whatever you want to call it, the supreme being. And this is, of course, again, another teaching that is, of course, in contradiction with the Western Orthodox concept of spirituality, which is that you should be a follower of the church, and somehow God is going to come in and resurrect you after at the end of time and all that kind of thing. The ancient Africans didn't wait till the end of time. They wanted to discover and see God now, just like the Hindus do, just like the Buddhists do, the Taoists in the East. The Africans had the same teaching.
So Muata, teach us this. I guess for folks to catch up, how can they specifically become more spiritual? What are the steps to take? Okay, I asked the last doctor this, I want to ask you. Let's say I'm a bodybuilder, I try to eat healthy, but I see that dairy is good, and I'm taking some metabolic steroids, and some testosterone, and my body looks good, but okay, now I've come to the realization, and I realize that my body is full of toxins and such and so forth, and I want to become more spiritual. What are the steps to take for cleansing, detoxifying, and becoming more spiritual?
First of all, it is to begin to enlighten yourself as to what it means to be truly healthy, what the proper food is for human beings. This is the first step, which is what we've been talking about. The next step is to begin to adopt that program or lifestyle which is conducive to life and leave behind the lifestyle that's conducive to death. And that can be done in a gradual way. Some people can do it cold turkey, most people cannot. But like drug addicts, you cement the doctor gives lesser doses of the drug to wean them off and so on and so forth. And human beings can do that too, but the best thing is, first of all, to have an understanding of what we're talking about, so you can have a full mental capacity to follow that practice. Even if you can't fully manifest it, mentally you should have an understanding of it. You know that there are several people who know that they know that smoking is bad for you, they know smoking leads to cancer and all that, but why do they cannot stop? There are many people like that. There's so many things that they can't stop. You have to understand the depth of the addiction, the depth of the mental programming that has been engendered by yourself, and how to counteract then to be able to study and be able to have the understanding, and then to be able to reinforce that understanding. Even as you're eating the meat, you should be thinking, all right, I have to stop this, let me take less, and all kind of things, and so forth. And also to be able to substitute it with the foods that are proper. You know, one of the things that we recommend is that people get on a transition diet. Currently now, if you go to any health food store, you can find foods that have the same texture, that have the same taste as meat. You can have soy steak, so you can have vegetable protein hamburgers now, and all those kind of things. You can have sausages, I think, just like pork and so on and so forth. Bacon and all that kind of thing. That's one of the first things you can do right away to get off, and then you can improve your diet further and lead yourself, to an even more perfect or higher diet even beyond that. People's understanding, adopt a transition diet, lead yourself to gradual purity. Also, you can do fasting and juicing.
Now, you mentioned fasting and juicing. Is it okay to just immediately go into a juice fast or a water fast? How do you recommend to initiate a fast?
Well, that's one of the things that I was actually going to get into right now, because when you talk about fasting and juicing, you have to kind of qualify it. These practices are really to be done under supervision of a qualified health professional, like a naturopathic doctor or holistic health practitioner.
Not an MD, because an MD won't recommend fasting, right?
Most of them will not, although there are some who are getting on the bandwagon now. If you go to health, you'll notice, the Heinz company, well, the oldest, they've been around for like 100 years selling ketchup and different items, really processed and denatured food. Now they're getting into the game. Now they're selling organic ketchup, believe it or not. And when we're getting to this level where the bigger companies are getting into the game because they recognize that there's a financial force there, there are enough people now supporting it. But this has to be done in a sane and gradual way. You can't just go in because if you have a meat diet, you eat lots of sugar and so on and so forth, your body's going to have, you put fresh foods in there, or too many and too soon. And juicing is concentrated fresh food. You're going to have a cleansing reaction. Your body's going to get toxic. It's trying to get rid of the toxins. If you do it too soon, you get a reaction where you're going to have a that's sick. Really, you're going to experience and all kinds of coughing, all kinds of, maybe get to the stage and then they get scared and when I was on this other crappy diet, I didn't have this problem, and look, I'm eating this good food and I'm getting sick here. Actually, that's a good thing, but it's in a gradual way.
So what you're saying is when you begin detoxifying, whether it's through a particular diet or whether it's through fasting, the toxins will do whatever they can to leave the body through mucus, through tears, through urine, through bowel movements, through acne on the face even?
Oh, that's correct. And people will have a foul body odor also, all kinds of developments. So this cleansing period is allowed and is a positive, but it should not be too severe to incapacitate a person, of course, so that could be detrimental.
Now let's talk about detoxifying, because I deal with some bodybuilder folks, and they been hanging out with Brother RA, and I've been talking at Real Black Talk, and they want to detoxify, and they started the process, and they were on metabolic steroids or testosterone or whatever, and now they're detoxifying, and this stuff is leaving through their skin, through major acne. How long is this detoxification process? What should I suggest, recommend, or what do you suggest?
Well, first of all, the detoxification process can last anywhere from several months to 2 to 3 years. And you think about it. If you've been alive for 20, 30, 40 years, and you negative kind of diet, you're accumulating, all these toxins over the years, and they're well ingrained in the fabric of your cells, and that'll take a long time to cleanse out.
Well into the fabric of your muscles, your cells, and every aspect of your body. So when you're detoxifying, that cleansing process, the natural healing of your body will go to the deepest, darkest area where the toxins have been lodged. And you say it would take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to get all that toxicity out?
It could take like 6 months to 2 or 3 years even, depending on a person's capacity to do fasting and do the whole diet. We do a transition diet. Because even what I discussed earlier, like the mint burgers and so on and so forth, they are processed foods also. Anything that is processed is still going to be better than eating the actual cow meat and so on and so forth, but it's still going to have some toxic effects because it creates free radicals and more fish foods that will have antioxidants, counteract those, and so forth. But the more you're able to perfect the diet, and the sooner you're able to perfect the diet, the sooner your detoxification process will end.
So the sooner, now, let me ask this. The last doctor, Dr. Stanley Bass, he was talking about fasting 1 day a week or twice. I mean, this is an 84-year-old white male doctor that said for the past 40 years he's been fasting 2 days a week. And he plans on living well on into his hundreds. And do you recommend this kind of fasting?
Yes. In fact, our ancestors instituted that teaching. There was a practice of fasting once a week, fasting 3 months. But the best kind of fasting that was practiced in ancient times and that I believe in today is a daily fast. And that means not eating after a certain time in the afternoon, in the early evening, and not eating until the next morning. That's why they call it a break fast. Fasting on a daily basis, your body is going to begin to cleanse out toxins the next morning and so on and so forth. And this is better as opposed to eating lots of negative foods and then trying to cleanse them or that kind of thing. So the daily fast, I think, is even the best.
The daily fast. Okay, I understand. I hear that you got your business there. Your business line is ringing. And let's say if folks want to get in before we get ready to wrap up. I got about another 5 minutes or so. How can my listeners make your phone ring?
They can call 305-378-6253 for the center here.
I'm sorry, what's that number again?
305-378-6253. Or they go to the website, www.egyptianyoga.com.
Egyptian what?
Egyptian yoga.
Egyptian yoga. We didn't even get there. Muata, we're going to have you back on again because you seem like a wealth of knowledge.
Sure.
Now, before we get ready to wrap up, I want to tie in the 2 segments. Your segment with spirituality and fasting, with the first segment about food combining. What are your thoughts on food combining? Is that a better way of eating for melanated people?
Well, it's a better way of eating for all people, really. When you eat food, any kind of food, the body has to your gastrointestinal system has to create a kind of particular chemical combination that will be able to break down those foods. When you eat a particular kind of food, it creates a particular kind of chemical to break down that particular food. So if you eat vegetables, it creates a certain gastric juices that can break down that kind of vegetable that you've eaten. You eat fruits, sweet fruits, it'll create something to break those down specifically. If you eat acid fruits, it'll create a kind of acid, specifically chemical, the chemical combination that will be able to break down the acid foods and so on and so forth. And so if you have too many kinds of foods, there's one
ask this: if we eat food, okay, eat this now, wait a half an hour. Oh well, eat this now, let it digest. Wait a half an hour, 45 minutes. Eat something else, let it digest. Or can I eat it all together? Or how many times should I be eating a day?
Well, the first question, if you eat foods that combine well together, that means that the kinds of chemicals your body needs to produce to break them down will work okay with it. Like for instance, if you eat the vegetables and sweet fruits, that will be okay as far as the chemical combination your body needs to make to break that down. If you eat proteins, as we said before, and starches, that's going to be a major problem. Especially if you eat the wrong kinds of proteins. If you eat meat protein, like for instance, almond protein is a higher quality and more easily digestible than protein from a steak or from a cow. So the quality of the proteins that you're eating is the other issue. Your body can break down almond protein better and use it better than it can a steak or meat, so on and so forth. But you throw a potato on top of that, you wash out. As far as the question of how many times should you eat, you become intuitional with your food and you become subtle as opposed to fast, meaning lighter. You're going to have a higher sensitivity as to what you need to eat. You'll always be able to intuitively know what you need to eat or what nutrient your body needs. You'll be ordering perhaps let me get a little broccoli in my salad, or let me have fruits right now. You'll have that kind of intuitional understanding, and it's developed after a time.
Intuitional eating. I think we're going to have to talk a little bit more about that. So that means we have to have a active pineal gland to know, to be more in touch and be more in tune with our intuition.
Exactly, and that's as opposed to having the body full of toxins with desires based on cravings, desires based on addiction. And that is eating pizzas and milkshakes with high sugars and so on and so forth, and high proteins. You start desiring those not because your body needs them, it's because your body craves it, and it's because of your mental incapacity.
The psyche. So we've been inundated with media manipulation, and so then we begin to crave things that don't necessarily need.
Yeah, but not just media, that's one aspect, but also the marketing of the companies themselves. Like how many times I remember this when I was younger, but I remember it like in the last 10, 20 years, you drive by a Wendy's, you drive by a Burger King, or a Kentucky Fried, you can smell it on the road. They're calling you, they're beckoning you, and to come in, and more smoke has been spewing out of these places in recent years than has ever been before, and that is the reason.
Wow. We have been talking with Dr. Muata Ashby, the author of Kemetic Diet, Ancient African Wisdom for Health of Mind, Body, and Spirit. And you have a website, and the address for that website is www.egyptianyoga.com. And your phone number again, Muata?
305-378-6253.
And if you missed it, you can get it from me, 617-GREEN-MD. Make sure you reach me, Green for Life, MD for Mind Doctor. Yes, I am Brother RA, the host of RealBlackTalk.com University. And Dr. Muata, we will get you on again. I don't know when, but I will be in contact.
Okay, so that's that. Let's come back to 2018. Now, the Dr. Richard King interview was done with Nina. That was in 1999. And Dr. Muata Ashby, The Benefits of Melanin, was done in 2002. So yeah, those phone numbers don't work. You have to check out brotherra.com and advise your people to, tune in. As my female friend said, "All right, come with me. Let's go shop." And you know, I'm thinking about. Yeah, I showed you the Barbies, right? And no, I'm not the I see the whole Target. I see the whole thing. I'm all of me. But I felt like a grandparent. And we were looking for black dolls and, you know, a black truck driver or something like that. But, do they have that? And dealing with the sniffles and colds, there's various herbs and things for your cough. This particular thing is Master Heed's Roxbury Tai Chi Academy. In this, there is, for your sniffles and coughs, elderberry, mullein leaf, horehound, harrow flowers, and hyslop. Girlfriend tasted it and says, "Wow, it tastes like tree bark." Well, that's what you need. So, I covered all my bases. Covered all the Yeah, black man shopping in America. The images in the media that your child ingests. Are you thinking about... Oh, the Hot Wheel tracks. That's what Didn't I tell you? I saw the Hot Wheel tracks and it reminded me, Mama beating my ass. Make sure I got in the house before the sun, before the sun went down or before the street lights came on. All right, bye. See you, gotta go.